Hi teachers! This is how to find the fluency assessment packages inside of your HMH into reading resources. So from any grade level, all you need to do is, there's a really easy way to find fluency resources and there's a little more complicated way. So we'll do the easy way first. So let's just say that I was in fourth grade and I was working in the first module of things. I can go open this module and I can click on view resources right here. It doesn't really matter where you're at, but there will always be a fluency piece inside of the teacher's guide during each module week. And so I think the easiest thing to do is really just open the teacher's guide. If you go to the contents on the left-hand side, you can then scroll through all 3 weeks for that module. And week 1, lesson 1 will always have a fluency piece. And if you go click on that fluency page, it's purple. And here it is on the right-hand side of the screen. And you'll notice they'll kind of go through and give you some directions for fluency. But then these printables are here, both the fluency passages and the word cards. The fluency passage, if you open that up, that is actually every fluency passage for the entire year. So you can see there are 36 fluency passages listed in order for fourth grade, okay? So you could just save this. This is a PDF. You could save it and then just print it once and then you have it ready to go. The other option that you have on these fluency pages are these word cards. Now these are only listed per unit. Like you can see, this is only six pages. And these are some high frequency words that you would find in the fluency passage for that particular week. So those you would have to go week by week. And you can see it's a printable that you cut and then you can fold, and then you've got the word nice and bold on one side and some examples or interaction with the word on the other side. So if you folded it, there it is. There it is. Okay, so that is the first and easiest way to locate the fluency passages for each week of instruction. Okay. The other thing that you can do is from your homepage, this is where it gets a slightly more complicated. You go to all resources, and there are 360 pages of this. So what you want to do is you want to go over to component on the left side, and this is where it gets tricky. Now, some fluency passages and things are included in this foundational skills and word study studio materials, but where you can find the original assessments are in the intervention assessments bucket. So this page of materials, there's a lot here. And when you start clicking through it, it gives you screening and diagnostic assessments for fluency specifically. So if you wanted to really diagnose and then do progress monitoring and intervention for fluency, these materials are really thorough and very well done. And I would highly recommend that if you have a concern with a particular student or group of students with fluency, to dig in and utilize these materials. Just to show you something that is included in these materials, if it'll open, it's going to be stubborn for me, is you have these summary recording forms, and these are for each grade level. And let me scroll up to like fourth grade, because that was what we were looking at. So if I had a fourth grade student who I needed to do fluency work, and sorry, it's sideways here, but you can see, if you just turn your head here, you can do a beginning of year oral reading fluency measure, and then it gives you a goal, and then it will tell you exactly which progress monitoring sessions to deliver to the student before giving a follow-up progress monitoring assessment. So it's not just checking fluency. There's actually a lesson here that teaches the student a skill, and then you practice a couple of times, and then you come back together. And all of those materials are found within this. So for example, that one said like start on lesson 360, I think it said. Oops. So look, for 4th grade, they have you start on session 361 for progress monitoring. And so 361 starts here, so you say open. And what I did to make this easier on myself was once I found these materials, I printed them out so that I kind of had them available in a binder and I could get to them, and I also saved them in a plan. So here you see this is progress monitoring assessment session 361 and 362. So this would be the progress monitoring assessment, and there's the recording sheet. So this is the progress monitoring assessment. So these are ones you would not give for a weekly student. You would give them aligned with these sessions. So these are these forms, the progress monitoring forms. And then the sessions that it goes through that it's talking about, those are the foundational skills and word study studio. So if you needed session 360, the easiest way to get to that, sorry, this video is getting really kind of long and convoluted. So the easiest way to get to that is just from your main page, click search. And if you put in 361, cross our fingers here, it should give me session 361. So there you go, progress monitoring. That's the assessment. We already saw that. But here is the teacher's guide for session 361. We can actually just click on this one, and you'll be able to see that what that session is actually a scripted lesson for decoding the VCV syllable pattern. And it gives you your routine of what to do and how to teach it and what to do. So this would be great for small group instruction. It's exactly what it's intended for. And so you would give lesson 361 to your class or to your small group. Then you would give lesson 362 to your small group. And then what you would do is you would give them this progress monitoring assessment crayons. And sorry, I cannot pronounce the word crayons correctly, but there you go. You would give this progress monitoring assessment paired with these. So I'm sorry if that sounds really confusing, but it is a system. So if you want a system for progress monitoring and teaching fluency, this would be what you would want to be using. If you were just really interested in giving fluency practice to all of your students on a regular basis, then I would just use what is included in the weekly plans for the guide. So there's that. I hope that answers your question about fluency and fluency materials. Have a lovely day teaching.